Go ahead and get chat set up. All right. Hello. Hmm. Hey, how come I'm not showing up in my own stream? Where's my avatar? Oh, there I am. Oh, Frog is just hidden behind something. Oh, I see what's going on. It's the... Yeah, okay. That's at the front layer. That's why. One seckie. Yeah, there we go. $400 more points to what? Oh, actually, that reminds me. Thank you. Hold on. I can disable these for a short time. Alright. Just make sure. Okay, cool. They're all temporarily disabled. Well, the Master Duel ones at least. Give me about 1 second here. Do a little dance. Make a little love. get down tonight. Okay, first make sure this tab's playing. No audio. Cool, 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 cool. Switch over to this one. Alright, we're just about ready to start, I think. Let's go ahead and take off the starting soon thing and go to this. So, this is what I am doing today. Or at least what I will be doing once we get a few more people showing up here. I am going to be talking about, yes, a tier list for the Mega Man Battle Network series, Mega Man Battle Network 2, and Battle Network 3, black and white, or white and black. And I am going to be talking about the style changes. Now, in Battle Network 4 onwards, you lose the style changes in favor of new mechanics, which we will get to when we get to. No spoilers. But since we have technically finished with Battle Network 3 Black, we're not on the 100% track yet, and we haven't done the post game at all, which we will get to. Believe me, we will get to it. I just want to go over the styles and the elements. Actually, let's see. Let me real quick change it from just chatting. I'll put it back on Battle Network for now. There we go.
Frozen Savatar just séduit squat.
Bruh, I just started the stream. Come on now. You know, if you keep using that every single stream, you're not going to be able to save up for any of the good rewards when I eventually get those. When I eventually get the cool shit. Plus, I just ate, you fucker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh god. All right, you know what? I'm disabling squats for the rest of the stream real quick. I can't. I'm too sick for that right now. Let me go ahead and oops, wrong one. There we go. Yeah, I just didn't sleep at all last night. Took a shower to hopefully wake up a bit. I don't think I'm going to be on too long. I'm tired. I'm no longer hungry, at least, so that's good. Let's see. No longer tired. No longer hungry. Well, still a little bit tired. I'm in a lot of pain, actually. I think I'm going to pop a gummy. I definitely don't think I'm up to playing Battle Network today. My hands kind of feel like shit. fuck. I'll take the small gummy just in case. Hmm. Raspberry cannabis. We'll see where that takes me. Was kind of hoping for a few more people to show up before I got started on the tier list. But, I guess this is really all that's gonna... I'll do a little bit of self-promotion in another server. I'll probably do some other tier lists today as well as get the karaoke's done and over with.
Sherwin52 just said first.
Oh, damn, look at who got first. All y'all had all that chance to redeem it, but nope, it's Sherwin. That means you get the hug. Sherwin gets the hug. Well, everyone gets a hug. Sherwin gets a kiss. Mwah. There you go. I don't know if that noise came through my headset, but it's my brother telling me that, of course, he lost the receipt that he needed in order for us to get a refund on the money that he overspent. Because of fucking course he did. Why would he tell us, hey bro, I'm moving out of the apartment. The apartment that you're paying the electric for, the apartment that you're paying the internet for. You think you could disconnect those so you don't have to pay an extra month? Why would he tell us that in advance? Silly of me. Absolutely silly of me to think that he would tell us that so that we could get those disconnected. How very fucking funny. Yeah. That's part of the reason I wasn't really able to sleep last night, is because I realized he hadn't paid me electric for August, since he has to pay me back for it. And then he hasn't paid for September either, so I come to find out he moved out of the apartment early, broke his lease. Probably got evicted as far as I'm aware. Because his fucking dog's barking 24/7. He doesn't take care of shit. My brother, he's living with my aunt. She took him in and his little dogs so that they can go outside and run around. Hello, Raven Doogie. Doji? Doji. You know, you're a follower because you're showing up in the chat, but I don't remember your name. Oh, were you here for Duel Links the other day? That was probably it, right? Hello, this is, I'm going to be doing a Battle Network tier list because every Monday we've been doing Mega Man Battle Network series, 100%ing it. We're not done 100%ing 3 yet, but I kind of wanted to do this tier list already, and then I'm thinking about maybe doing a Duel Links character tier list. Um, not necessarily a Duel Links archetype deck tier list. That would be kind of long as fuck, but a character tier list. There are quite a lot of characters in Duel Links now. Based on skills, but also, um, cause like if you just go off of skills, then obviously like Yami Yugi is the top one, cause you have to judge, are their skills good in a generic sense, or are their skills good for a specific deck? And I think the one of the things you have to consider is that yes, Yami Yugi gets Destiny Draw, right? And Mokuba gets a skill that is like Destiny Draw but easier to activate and only works on prismatics or foils, but his is so much worse even though it's technically better. Kaiba, I think Dark Side of Dimensions Kaiba is definitely going to be up there because his skills just make um, Blue Eyes never brick, essentially. And Blue Eyes is a deck that's not really like top tier, but it's a deck that will always be like really playable just because of Kaiba. Like Duel Links is a format where if you can put out big numbers, you can do lots of damage, then you're gonna do all right, even if it's not like super consistent. And the fact that Kaiba makes the deck a little bit more consistent is really good. I'm also going to factor in the characters like level up rewards, which is going to really, really heavily hurt a lot of the Duel Links era characters, I think, but that's on them for being shit, releasing early. Blue Eyes and Dark Magicians, of course, they're always going to get support. Um, they're like the main characters decks. It's all the main characters have had their decks pumped to shit. Yusei keeps getting constant support and skills. We just got more skills for the pendulums that made them another top tier threat in the Kaiba Corp Cup. We got, I mean, Yami Yugi has just been a menace since day one with Destiny Draw. Dark Magicians keep constantly getting new cards and support. Blue Eyes keep getting new cards and support. Red Eyes keep getting new cards and support. Um, Onomatopoeia or Utopia, as it's also called, keeps getting new cards and support. Um, Heroes keep getting massive amounts of support. Although yeah, actually they did just get a recent pack. In fact, Hero deck took somewhere in the top 100 of the Kaiba Corp Cup, so pretty nuts that they're still doing that well. Although it's more Destiny Heroes than E Heroes. Destiny Heroes, I feel, are just like straight up better, even if they do abuse the E-Hero cards. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I think now's a pretty good time to start. So, Battle Network series. I'd like to start off with saying that these right here, do not be distracted by the colors of the things. These are not the elements I'm going to be judging them on. I'm not going to be judging, for example, Aqua Custom Style, which is pictured here, as Aqua Custom. I'm going to be judging it as just Custom Style. Now, as you can see, I've already set this up a little bit. Hub Style is going straight to the top, and there is really little to no debate about this if you don't use glitches to stack effects. So, to explain, in Battle Network 2, you could layer any style over the team style to have the 8 mega chips instead of, or rather, the 8 Navi chips instead of the normal 5 that team style allowed you to have. And what you could do is you could layer that team style under a custom style, and that would give you a custom style with 8 Navi chips, which was just absolutely insane. Like, absolutely insane. And it made custom style an actual menace that had some viability against hub style. Hub style at the end of the day is still way stronger. Starting off with first barrier, getting the guard ability from shield style, getting the guts buster from gut style, getting the or no, guts buster wasn't a thing. It gets the double attack from gut style and the anti flinch program. So you get super armor, you get max attack, so 10 per shot. Although it does reduce your attack speed down to 1, just like Gut Style, which is kind of a detriment. Again, another reason why Aqua Custom was sometimes preferred. Hub Style gets the first barrier. Hub Style gets, instead of the 7 chips from Custom Style, you instead get 10 chips. So every single turn, you're coming in with a maxed out folder that is every single program advance at your fingertips from second one, especially with how Battle Network 2 and Battle Network 3 handle folders. You could pretty much guarantee opening with the program advance, which, depending on the program advance, for example, Gator, you could one-shot your opponent if they were likewise running hub style and you managed to open your program advance before they did. Um, it got all of the other styles bonuses. It lost out on an elemental weakness, um, or rather, it didn't have any elemental weakness. It was an incredibly, incredibly powerful style, and I genuinely think that if Aqua Custom layered over team style, like Aqua Cust Team wasn't a thing, I feel like Hub Style would just be genuinely the only choice for PvP and for actual gameplay in Battle Network 2. There's really nothing that comes close to it. It's just genuinely so good. Uh, I don't know what more I need to say about it. You have to S rank every Navi in the game to even unlock hub style. All right? You have to S rank every single Navi in order to even get hub style. And not just every Navi, but their V3 specifically, which is the highest level it goes up to in Battle Network 2. It is specifically a reward for being already goated at the game, and it just makes you even better. Hopefully, no arguments there. I'm not sure how familiar the rest of you are with the series. I know Cramorant's been playing it alongside me. Um, but yeah, hub style Hub style, I won't hear any arguments against. There's just nothing that you can say that would like there's nothing you can really disagree with there. Hub style is just so much better than every other style, especially when you consider the style is only available in Battle Network 2, and the other styles there are not that great. Um, so now we're going to be starting with the elements. I'm going to put Aqua in the S tier, and I this is one that you wouldn't really expect. So the Aqua Charge Shot is a bubbler, first of all, that has a damage of, I believe, 30, 40, or 50, depending on the level of the charge shot. So if you are Aqua level 1, it does 30. If you are Aqua level 2, it does 40. And if you are Aqua level 5, it does 50. Or Aqua level 3, it does 50. Um, that's pretty solid damage, honestly. That's about how much damage your charge shot would normally be doing in Battle Network 2 if you didn't have a style equipped. So, honestly, it's pretty good damage. What makes Aqua so good is that it has the shortest charge shot out of all of them. I believe the charge shot is about 20 frames, which is insanely short. It's like 1/3 of a second. Um, I I don't even think it's that long, actually. I think it's shorter than that. Um, Aqua shot is ridiculous because of that. In Battle Network 2, Aqua is probably the best element for every single style, with the exception of maybe, like, there's arguments to be made for both wood and electric on custom style, especially wood. And I feel like the only style that Aqua does not benefit is the shield style, which would much rather have the healing of wood style, or would rather have the firepower of heat style. Um, now another thing is some of these charge shots don't go full screen. Aqua shot goes full screen and it's fast. It's very fast. If an enemy is hiding behind an object as well, you can hit them. And fire viruses are fucking everywhere. Electric viruses in Battle Network 2 pretty much just don't exist. There's so few of them, and they're all so weak that it's super easy to take them down regardless of the element that you are. I think there's similarly in Battle Network 3, there is an abundance of fire viruses and fire enemies too. And on top of that, there's enemies that are like, this isn't just going over like PvP and stuff. The Navis in game, two of them are weak to water. One of them is very obvious. That's Flame Man, or Flam Man as it's spelled. But the other is Desert Man. If you shoot Desert Man with an aqua attack, with an aqua element attack, he becomes mud and turns solid. Normally, whenever you hit Desert Man with an attack from anything, it doesn't matter if it's a sword, a buster, a cannon, whatever, he'll disintegrate after taking the damage and then pop up again on the stage, making it very hard to chain attacks on him, especially from program advances. I'm pretty sure he's even immune to things like uh, Guts Punch, like infinites. So I Aqua is just incredibly good. It is so fast. It is so good. There's really, mm, there's really no other style I feel like fits every other style. And now, that I would say the styles that Aqua works great with are custom. Giving yourself a super fast charge shot as the custom style is great. especially a charge shot that deals a decent amount of damage. Um, I will argue that custom style actually does have better elements that you can combo it with, and I will bring those up in a bit. But Aqua Shield or Aqua Custom it was meta for a reason. It's really good. On top of that, while this is not the case in Battle Network 2, in Battle Network 3, Aqua gains the ability to walk on ice panels without sliding. This is pretty damn good. Like, it's really, really good. Let's see. Next up is next up is electric, and this is kind of hard for me to say because electric is an element that I normally quite like. Electric is going in the D tier. Maybe bottom of C tier. I don't think electric. Okay, so electric's charge shot does 10, 20, or 30 damage, which is abysmal even by Battle Network 2 charge shot values. It's barely more than the base charge shot. So in Battle Network 2, your multiplier is times 5 for charge shots instead of times 10 in the future games or times 16 in the original game. Um, that means that a basic charge shot from Mega Man with all their points maxed out in both attack, well, in attack, means that their damage will deal uh, 25 damage. Now, that is pretty abysmal, especially going forwards. Zapring only does 10, and it takes 3 times longer to charge. Even at max charge, it takes about 1.75 times longer to charge than the default charge shot. It takes forever. It takes forever, and there's very few styles that electric actually works well with in both Battle Network 2 and Battle Network 3. There are two notable examples that electric actually works well with. Electric works great with custom style because if you manage to land it, you get a guaranteed program advance or whatever bullshit strategy you're running because you're running custom style. If you're running custom style, you're running something bullshit, more than likely. Um, well, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of it. Custom style is just that good. So it works great with the custom style. In Battle Network 3, specifically, it pairs great with the gut style. Now, gut style normally doubles the damage of your charge shots. And in Battle Network 1, it also reduced your rapid very low. Stun would be busted if there weren't a million better ways to use it. You could just run Zap Rings. In Battle Network 2, you can just run Toadman. In Battle Network 3, you can run was Magnet in Battle Network 3? I don't think it was. You can run Flashman. Electric is such a bad charge shot because it takes forever. Now, It does work well with the Gut style in Battle Network 3, where Gut style gets the double attack boost again, but this time doesn't lose out on the rapid, and even gains a new Guts machine gun attack, where if you mash the button, you'll rapidly fire very quickly. In that case, electric actually works quite well for stunning the enemy in place and then unleashing a rapid fire machine gun on them. This is pretty much the only applications that electric style has going for it. It doesn't have a favored terrain. It doesn't have, like, the only terrain that kind of favors it is ice, bec- because electric attacks do double damage on ice panels. But this is just not worth it. Like, it's just not worth it. Um, there's really only two styles that electric works well with, and there's a somewhat better alternative to that that exists alongside it. And we'll get to that in a bit, but yeah, there's really no style that genuinely loves having the electric outside of custom and gut style. And again, those ones have better options. It doesn't enable a whole lot, it doesn't cover up weaknesses in your kit. And while water viruses are pretty common, they also, you just have better electric chips. Just use better electric chips. All right. Um, After that, I will put fire. I'm going to put heat style in the A tier. Heat style starts off with a base damage of 50. Uh, this is really good because that's already doubling your damage from max charge shot in Battle Network 2. And it is exactly the same damage as Battle Network 3, but even if you have no buster ups, like attack ups equipped in Battle Network 3, that fire shot will still do 50 base damage. That is ridiculous. It scales pretty well too. Having the attack at level 2 deals 75 damage per charge shot, and having the attack at level 3, or having the style at level 3, will give you 100 damage per charge shot, which is absolutely nuts. That's damage on par with like hub style. That's damage on par with just it's really good. 100 damage is enough to break life aura on base, and it's enough to get through alpha. The flamethrower is also good. There's a lot of parts of both Battle Network 2 and 3, not necessarily where you'll be facing wood aligned navies, but where you'll be fighting on a battlefield that has grass panels. And it makes it very easy to get triple deletes in Battle Network 2 and 3. I should have covered this earlier. The electric charge shot fires a zap ring that goes in a straight line and has infinite range. That isn't a point against it. That's just something I should have brought up because I talked about the bubbler charge shot. For fire, it does a flamethrower attack that hits 1 by 3 in front of Mega Man, or 3 by 1 rather. It is a straight line, it is a hero sword essentially. It does have traveling distance. I don't think in Battle Network 3 it hits all three panels instantaneously. I think it like hits the panel in front of you, then the panel in front of that, then the panel in front of that. Um, it is a bit slow. It is the third slowest charge shot in Battle Network 2, and this it is actually faster in Battle Network 3 if I recall, where wood style got nerfed. Heat style, really good. The only big disparaging remark I have for it is that there is essentially no style that really, really, really wants fire, like heat style, except for ground style. Ground style loves heat. Ground style loves heat because it breaks all three panels in front of ground style, and you just have an infinite Gutsman like whenever you want it, every time you have a charge shot up. You can break all the panels in front of you for free. It's so good. Um, you can use that for snake shenanigans. You can use that for um, really anything that you want. The other style that really loves to have heat style is the shield style. Shield style often has problems that I'm going to get into when we get there, but shield style has a lot of problems, and having something that's very high damage is definitely worth it. Um, Finally, wood style, and I'm actually going to put wood style. I think wood style deserves to go in S. It's less useful than aqua style. The charge shot it's the second fastest in Battle Network 2, if I recall, and it is the third fastest or second slowest in Battle Network 3. Now, wood style has another thing going for heat style is that you can step on lava panels without taking damage. Not a super big plus, and like it doesn't come up super often, but whatever. Now, high B, low A. Are you nuts? No. Wood goes well. Hello, Phil. Wood goes great with everything. It goes great with everything. Now, okay, caveat, does not go well with ground style. All right? It doesn't go well with ground style. Um, Bug style can take it or leave it. Goes great with shield style. Goes great with shadow style. Okay, but I'm judging the style as a whole, not just the charge shot. Uh, but speaking of the charge shot is a twister that deals 10, 15, or 20 damage per charge shot, but hits 8 times, making it the highest damaging charge shot in the game at level 3, dealing 160 damage, or 80 damage at level 1. Well, hold on. Wood's charge shot being second fastest in 2 and second slowest in 3 are also kind of factors, but this is probably one of the absolute best styles to get for custom style because just like electric style, it allows you to set up any program advance you want. Um, it is much harder to hit than Zappering, only hitting two spaces in front of Mega Man, just the 1x1 square, two spaces in front of Mega Man. That is a bit hard to aim, and it does make it sort of difficult to land against the more mobile navies, but it has some really practical uses. I believe it's one of the only charge shots that can hit Drillman, along with Aqua Cross or Aqua Shot. And Flame can also hit it. Actually, yeah, I think everything but Electric can hit Drillman, and Drillman's one of the harder fights in 3. The charge shot is not that bad to actually land if you are using your area grabs and other stage control chips correctly. I will say that the reason it is below Aqua is because of its inconsistency. It just does not have the 100% intent, like 110% utility. It's also quite good with the Guts style. Guts style loves being able to hit a 160 damage charge shot into a bunch of free because it gives the opponent the the stun condition or the flinch condition rather. And while they're in the flinch condition, they just have to take the damage. And since the charge shot doesn't lock you into it after you fire it, there is a short period where you can act. You can sneak in some guts machine guns, especially in 3, specifically in 3. Still pretty good in 2. That plus 10 per shot in 2 is pretty good. Um, Wood style really shines in the defense category, however, and this is the big one. Wood shield style is nearly impossible to kill. Uh, if you are playing PvP and your opponent has wood shield style and you're playing Battle Network 2, you know that they have undershirt and you know that they've set it to their favorite ship. Because it just works so well. And you better hope you have some get-ons. You better hope you have some stage control. You better hope you have a gutsman. Just, yeah, you're not going to kill them ever. The healing in 3 or 2 is so ridiculously high. In Battle Network 3, this becomes even more powerful because it is quite legitimately impossible to lose any fight in Battle Network 3 if you have undershirt equipped, which you should always have equipped. If you don't have undershirt equipped at any point in the game, it's probably because you don't have the Navicust yet. That is just the best program in the game, hands down. Um, oh, maybe I could do a Navi customizer parts tier list. That would be fun. Um, it is impossible to die while using the style if you have a grassy field up and undershirt on in either Battle Network 2 or 3, because you out heal the damage that is being done to you, and you'll always survive at 1 HP. They might have made a tier list maker for that. I feel like I've seen one before. Grass is also incredibly good with the shadow style, being able to make use of its invisibility charge shot to prevent damage and heal back up over time. It goes great with the custom style because, again, if you can stun the opponent with, like, if you can flinch the opponent with Tornado, you can get a free program advance. Now, in Battle Network 3, I believe a lot of people run Super Armor or have it as their free program usually, which Super Armor doesn't block Electric, which is a point in Electric's favor, but it does block the flinching from uh, Wood style, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that. It's been a while. Um, I'd have to go in and check again. Wood also has the problem of its fire weakness being extremely common in both Battle Network 2 and Battle Network 3. Wood is so encumbered by that fact, but there are a lot of stages in Battle Network 2 and in 3 where the stage spawns in with grass already on it on both sides of the field. So even when you're like deep in the undernet, you can always know that you'll be safe. Like step on a grass panel and you just live forever. Um, in that regard, because of Wood's incredible defensive options, because of its like inability to even fucking die in the base game, it like literally can carry even the worst player, provided that they're setting up a grass stage at the start of the match. Uh, the fact that the charge shot has so many versatile applications if you actually land it, and again, it's not impossible to land it. It's not. Uh, the charge shot lingers for a sec, so there's even a small chance your opponent could step into it, especially if you're playing against like navies, like in the overworld or in the game instead of in PvP. Um, it does so much damage if all the hits connect, and they usually will. It has just so much potential, so much versatility. Like, again, there's four styles that love wood. For electric, there was only two styles that liked electric, and both of them would probably prefer having wood instead. For heat style, there's only like one style or two styles that really love heat style. And for damn, I didn't even talk about team style. Well, we'll get there when we get there. Whoever made the icons for these, crop these way the fuck up. These are these are scuffed. Just wood is so good. Wood is so good. Love wood. Yes, indeed. Custom style. That is easily going in the S tier. Custom is consistently one of the best styles in the entire game. In Battle Network 6, or damn, I really am fucking high. In Battle Network 2, custom style gets 2 extra chips at the start of their turn, and that is insane. In Battle Network 3, that gets cut from 7 to 6, so they only get 1 extra chip. But that's still really good, and more importantly, it allows you to install Navicust programs through the extra codes that would normally set you back a chip for free. I mean, you're losing out on the sixth chip, but that's the sixth chip, the one that you got for free. You're not actually hurting your roll chances. You were just boosting them earlier. Like, taking away from a positive does not leave you with a negative, usually. Or going 1-to-1 with the free thing doesn't mess things up, usually. Um, there's really not a whole lot to say for custom. Now that we're actually getting into the styles, I'll bring up some of the things. Another reason custom is so good is because in Battle Network 3, it's actually mandatory for 100% completion. There are special chips that some enemies will drop, either in new codes or completely new chips, that you can only get by using custom style and getting high busting ranks. For example, in 3, there is the Metar enemies, which go up to only the Metar 3. However, if you have custom style equipped, or rather, sorry, it's if you have if you defeat a Met level 1, you'll get one attack. If you defeat a Met level 2, you'll get another attack. If you defeat a Met level 3, you'll get a third attack. And that's how it is with most viruses. You get a level 1, level 2, level 3 attack from that virus. But with custom, you can actually get an Omega virus to show up and get a level 4 chip from them. That is fucking massive. On top of that, getting a high busting rank with a custom style equipped can actually give you the V4 chip for a Navi. It is insanely good. It is mandatory for 100% completion. It is necessary to get like half the mega chips in the game. Getting those, well, okay, maybe there's not that many, but that meant there are a lot of V4s. There's a lot of V4s. It also spawns pretty decent programs. In Battle Network 3, when you level up a style, you get programs from them for your Navi customizer instead of just leveling up the style. Um, I really, if I had an SS tier on here, I'd put custom style because custom style just works with everything. The only style that custom doesn't love is heat style, and even then, that's 100 damage charge shot. Okay. Next up, we have Big Boots, ground style. For ground style, I'm going to put this in. I really. One of two styles needs to go in the D tier, and I'm unsure if I want it to be ground style. I'm gonna put ground style as the definitive D tier. Um, ground style's ability of being, I think it's being immune to panel effects, so they have air shoes essentially. Not float shoes, or no, they have float shoes and not air shoes. Um, float shoes, you're just immune to the effects of panels. You still crack panels when you walk on them. That didn't change until Battle Network 4, where they fused Shadow Shoe and Float Shoe into just one program. Um, you can't be affected by the effects of panels. I believe that includes not being affected by things like lava or ice, but I'm unsure. I don't think it actually extends that far. Um, its other special ability was that if you landed a charge shot with it, that charge shot would break panels or damage panels, rather, crack them wherever that charge shot hit, which means that for Tornado, it would only be the panel that Tornado was, 2 spaces ahead of Mega Man. For the Aqua, it would only be the spot that Aqua interacted with, plus the panel behind it. For Electric, it would just be the panel that Electric actually hits on, if it hits. But for Heat Style actually cracks all 3 panels in front of Mega Man. Um, or at least I believe it does. It might only crack the panel that it genuinely hits on, which I I'm pretty sure it hits on all panels. So it cracks all 3 in front of you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I'm kind of high, so um kind of high, kind of tired. Like I said, the stream won't be super long today. We're just getting through the tier list, and I'll probably knock out a karaoke. I don't know if I'll do all 5, but I'm getting a little fucked up. Um, Ground Styles bonuses aren't super great, especially when one of them is just a Navi customizer program. And the ability to crack panels seems kind of good at first. Like you can set up your own snack, you can lock enemies into like a corner. That would be the case if it wasn't for like Shadow Shoe being so common in PvP or Air Shoes, even more so, where they can just walk over the broken tiles. Like, okay, you broke the ground. Cool. I have air shoes. Um, it's it's a style that only really synergizes well with one element. Like I'm going with the reverse measurement here. Like it only has synergy with one element, like good synergy with one element. It has all right synergy with Aqua style. Um, I I'm not sure that the panel effect, like not being affected by panels that ground style has, actually affects ice. So having aqua on it could be pretty good if that's the case, because then you'd have the ice, like the anti-ice style. Oh, another thing that the custom style has for it is it's not just exclusive chips, but also exclusive codes for chips. Some chips can only be obtained in a certain code by using custom style. Oh, and it can use blue Navi customizer parts. It gets two custom ones, one in blue, one in yellow, and one custom two in blue for leveling it up. Um, these just add an extra custom slot to your screen. Eh, I mean, they're pretty good actually. I would say that most people probably use the custom two at least. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, yeah, ground style doesn't even get the they don't even get float shoes. They just crack panels that their power attack hits. Yeah, this is definitely my D tier pick. This is probably like the worst power up in the entire game. I can't think of a single use that actually has. Next up we have team style. It has hmm, okay, I'm actually realizing something. Custom style is not how you get the V4 chips from bosses. That is actually team style. Custom style does still give you exclusive chips that you need to fill the game out, but it's team style that you need for the V4 navies. I was definitely misremembering that hard. Custom style is still necessary for 100% completion, though. Like 100%, it is. Which makes me sad because we're gonna have to go in and get all the custom chips and then unlock team style afterwards, so we can get the V4 chips. It's such a hassle. Let's see. I'm gonna put team style in. I'm gonna put team style in the B tier. In Battle Network 2, it is way, way better. Like way, way better. Um, Battle Network 2, it gives you 3 more Navi chips because the game did not differentiate between regular, Mega, Giga, etc. And so the only special chips were Navi chips, which were all quite powerful. There's like a couple that were kind of shit, and some that were only good if you knew what you were doing, like with the Snake Man ones. Um, so 3 extra Navi chips is actually kind of insane. Like, I don't think there's a situation where +3 Navi chips isn't good. All the Navi chips do amazing things overall. Um, you guys want to see Infinity? Yeah, team style in 2 being just a stepping stone to custom style is definitely one of the things that hurts it in the long run. If I was if it wasn't for that exploit, I'd probably put team style in A. Um, However, it being a required stepping stone to get there is still kind of a point in its favor, if I'm being honest. It's a lot of points away from it, but it is one big point in its favor. So you do have to unlock team style in 2. It's like necessary, but that second, like, you can just override it with another style. Um, Usually custom, but also if you want, you can go with shield. Yeah, so that's about the extent of what team style does. Again, getting the V4 navies from this thing Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. Well, no, you really can't judge it without judging the exploit because that's such a huge part of its identity. Um, it does have one other ability actually in 3. They instead of having 3 extra Navi chips, you instead get 1 extra Mega chip, which is a huge downgrade, and that took a lot of points off of it for me as well. I don't think it's low enough to be a C tier. Um, let's see. Yeah, I would say as for synergies, Team Style doesn't have any synergies. I guess in 3 it synergizes best with maybe wood or electric, since the extra mega chip means that you want to get a lockdown for a guaranteed hit on whatever it is, but you're probably just using it for the Navi chips. Um, like you're probably running 1 through 5 of every uh of like Flashman. So like Team Style with V1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Flashman plus full cust and maybe another mega chip if you made another room for it. If you use the extra code, you could have 7 mega chips. Or maybe even more. I wonder how many mega chips can I put in a single Battle Network 2 folder or 3 folder? That's a fun challenge, actually. Still though, I think that's about it for Team Style. It doesn't have any explicitly super overpowered synergies. It doesn't have any underpowered ones. It doesn't have like any affinity for any of the elements. Going next is Gut Style, and this is actually going to be an A tier for me. Um, Battle Network 2 Charge Shot fucking sucks. The times 5 multiplier is ass. The yeah, it's just bad. So why do I think Gut Style is so good? It is because it doubles your fucking damage. That is insane. Getting automatically your Buster to like maximum so fast is insane. Um in Battle Network 2, it also gave you guaranteed super armor. In Battle Network 3, super armor is one of the programs you can get while leveling it up. And super armor is also one of the best programs you can get. Um, there is a super armor you can buy or that you can install with the extra codes, which is, I believe, what most people use the extra code for. Since, if I recall right, super armor is kind of a big program. I'm not entirely sure how big. So, yeah. And in Battle Network 3, it gains the Guts machine gun, which by rapidly tapping the attack button, you fire a volley of 5 shots all at once, super, super fucking fast. Um, the the amount of points that does is insane. Like the amount of damage that does is insane, especially if you already locked him down with a twister, like a level 3 twister. It's definitely one of the better styles for beginners. I think it's such an aggressively powerful style. It's not just a new player's friend. I think like a long time experienced members who have been playing the game for a long time can also find a lot of use in Gutsman. Now, admittedly, the point of Battle Network is to more rely on your chip folder than your Buster. The Buster is always meant to be a secondary tool for, when everything else fails. Um, Just I think gut style is just a good style all around. It's definitely one of the best for beating some of the bosses. It's definitely going to carry you through the early games of Battle Network 2 and 3. It's definitely a style that I feel can even hold its weight in PvP. It's always interesting to meet a Guts main because they are super rare. Ironically, the only synergy I feel like Gut style doesn't have very much with is the heat element. The high damage attack charge shot doesn't really matter when you already can spam out 100 damage just by rapid firing your buster. Um, I feel like the Aqua Shot synergy isn't too great either. You're going to be mostly using your 10 damage buster shots more than you're going to be wanting to actually charge up, especially when you can reach that 50 damage with your Guts Machine Gun Vulcan instead of, charging up a charge shot. You can do 50 damage with the Guts Machine Gun, which you have to hit the attack, I think, 4 times already prior to that in rapid succession to even trigger the Guts Machine Gun. So that's like 90 damage right there versus charging up and getting like 20 damage or 30 damage rather. Or 50 if you maxed it out. Like, even if you maxed it out, it's less damage than the Guts Machine Gun does on its own. It has great synergy with Electric. Um, I feel like Electric isn't normally aggressive enough to actually help it out, but eh. I all in all, I mean, Guts doesn't hate to have any of the other styles. It genuinely just has two styles that it particularly loves. That's what I should be saying. Like ground style 100% has a style that it prefers, but more so a style that it hates as well. Like it hates these two styles. Next up is Shadow style. Shadow style is going to be another A tier for me. Shadow Style being able to have an on-demand invis as a charge shot is pretty damn good, and I believe that the charge speed is independent of your style, so it doesn't matter which style you get. You could be electric style and only have weakness to wood. And actually, Shadow Style kind of likes electric style because being only weak to wood in a game where there's essentially no wood chips of note is pretty huge. Well, actually, no, Plant Man. Now, Plant Man would fuck you up, yeah. Okay. Maybe they'd prefer Aqua Style. Um, I mean, Aqua Style has the fastest charge shot anyway, so people would know whether you have the Invis equipped or not. I guess Wood Style is probably the best for it. Wood Style, yeah. Being able to go invisible and then stand on your grass panels to heal up is pretty good. Um, the programs that you get from Shadow Style are pretty damn banging, if I say so myself. They are the Shadow Step, which makes it so that cracked panels don't break underneath you, which is pretty huge. It's also a very small program as well. He gives you Float Shoes, which panels do not give you their negative effects. So no sliding on ice, no poison damage. I don't believe you can take damage from lava panels either. Pretty solid chips, and then he also gives you air shoes, which you can get a free air shoes in Battle Network 3, but if you don't know the code for that and you don't want to look it up online, getting those free air shoes is pretty godly. Um, I think that there are some problems that Shadow Style has, such as the Invis taking so long to charge, even at max charge. Like, it's fast, but it's like the third fastest, and being middle of the road is not where you want it to be. I understand that they didn't want you to be permanently invis, but the invis from the shot only lasts for like 30 frames anyway. Um, it's nothing special. It is still a very good style. And honestly, it just looks cool as shit. Shadow style looks cool as fucking shit. Next up is shield style, and I'm going to put you in B tier, probably just above this. What shield style gives you a first barrier, and it also gives you the ability to block incoming damage by pushing B plus back, or B plus and then back afterwards. The problem with this is that you need to, like, you can't charge your charge shot while using the shield attack. Like, you can't use the shield attack while charging. So the only styles that it works super well with are probably grass and aqua. Aqua, you can fire off your shots really quickly and then just go into your shield. I think Aqua Shield is a pretty good style. Heat Shield is actually quite nice because it actually gives you a reason to use your charge shot since the damage is so high that it makes up for your offensive loss. Um, the B plus back ability actually, so shield style, I almost want to put it in C tier because of how badly they did shield style in Battle Network 3. Shield style loses the program in Battle Network 3. It loses the reflector, right? Hmm. Oh damn, my mouth is dry as fuck. Can y'all tell I'm fucking high? Holy shit. Uh, okay, wait. They did give shield style something crazy good. I did remember in 3. If you actually manage to use the block or reflect program, or rather, if you use the shield or reflect program and you perfect parry, doing it within the first 3 frames of the attack, you'll recover 10% of the maximum HP, or at the end game, you'll recover 100 health every time you block something, which is pretty big because it doesn't matter how much damage the attack was going to do. It's just, did you block it perfectly? Well, here's 100 HP back. The first barrier, 10, is also quite nice. If I'm being honest, I think that the the NCP chips that it gives you are pretty nice. I will say that you can actually give yourself shield on any style by using extra codes. Those extra codes are quite powerful. So you can just give yourself shield on anything else that you want. Being able to recover that HP from shield is pretty nice, though. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Grass Shield is a fucking menace in 3, and it is equally as powerful in 2. If you can install Undershirt and you get your grass field off, well, in 2 you're invincible. No one has any ways to uninstall your program. No one's running Heat Mega Man. Absolutely insane how hard it is to kill you. Like, genuinely, just absolutely insane. Yeah, shield style is very mid. Um, I almost want to put it lower, but I won't. I don't feel like it deserves that. It was quite good in 2. I genuinely think if we're going off of just Battle Network 3, like just Battle Network 3, Shield would be a bit lower. It would probably be in C. But its status as being really good in 2 definitely definitely I think it helps it out a little bit. Bug style. Now this one is actually going to go in C tier for me. Well, it goes after the elements because the elements come first. Kind of funny that both of the heat styles listed here ended up in the heat tier. Bug style is very, very weird. What it does is it gives you randomly 2 positive bugs and 1 negative bug from a table. The positive bugs are First Barrier 100, 10 seconds of invincibility, Buster Max, and 10 chips in the custom screen. Getting 10 chips in the custom screen or Buster Max are both insanely good. 10 seconds of invincibility is alright, and a First Barrier 100 is kind of mid. It's still like 100 damage it blocks, but that's nothing. That's like 2 hits or like 1 hit on most Mega Busters. For the negative bugs, it has a chance at forced movement, forcing Mega Man to move up or down at random. HP drain, it has 2 different types of HP drain. One where your HP goes down while you're in the custom menu, and one while your HP goes down in the battle screen. You definitely want the custom menu one if you get one of the HP draining bugs. You're not in your custom window for super long, but you are in the battle screen for quite a while usually. The other bug, now this is very splitting. In the original Western release of Battle Network 3, and I believe even in the original Japanese release, there was a bug in bug style. Bug style was bugged. Bug style had a bug with one of its bugs where the bug Buster Blank couldn't be activated couldn't be activated due to a coding error. It wouldn't actually trigger and you would never have Buster Bug. And that was in the original GBA versions. I think that was consistent across all versions, so NA, EU, JPN, etc. But they did actually fix this in the Legacy Collection. I understand why. It was essentially a free. It was a free 2 positive bugs with no downside. So Buster Blank itself is kind of annoying. It has a chance to misfire your Buster every time you do a lemon. You can work around this pretty easily uh, by only using charge shots. It's not the worst, and the only time I feel like it's super bad is if you get the maximum attack positive bug, because then you lose out on your rapid attack, and rapid attacks can be pretty solid. Uh, Bug style does not have any likes or dislikes or it doesn't have any dislikes for its element. I would say that because of how the positive bugs work, any element could work well with it, except for, ironically, electricity. Like electric style just doesn't offer it a whole lot. Um, the wood style is more aggressive and defensive. I'd say Aqua Bug is probably the best bug. Aqua or Heat Bug are 100% the best. Bug also gives you 2 extremely unique Navi-Cust programs, and these are actually extremely important. Um, The um, Bug Style gives you gray Navi Customizer parts, or rather dark Navi Customizer parts, which allows you to use those without error. I believe they're purple in whatchamacallits, um, purple in Battle Network 3. The two Navi Customizer programs, the two NCPs that it gives you are the Bug Stop, which is probably one of the best Navi Customizer programs ever, since it actually allows you to use things like Buster Max without getting any bugs or errors, and the Dark License, which allows you to use dark chips without needing to use a dark hole. Um, Dark chips in 3 are different than the actual dark chips of 4 and 5. There's a couple chips that are called dark chips that require a hole in order to summon them, like a black hole. I think a dark hole is what it is. Yeah. This allows you to use them without doing any of that, which is pretty great. I believe that one of them is like base GX or whatever. Base V4 SD SP. I think that's a good list here. It's really like as good as or interesting as the programs from Bug Style are, it is an annoying style to get unless you know extremely specific things about Battle Network. It is kind of cuckoo crazy how it works. It's very random. The positive bugs are really good. Like, I won't lie, they are really, really good. But the negative ones can kind of fuck you up pretty hard. It's a fun, random, gimmicky style. It would definitely be at the B tier if this was the GBA tier list because, well, no, I mean even then it would probably still be like a C. I think being able to get 2 positive bugs with no negatives from bug style it would have probably made it a B tier. Would have even probably switched its place with team style maybe. But yeah, the randomness of the style kind of holds it back. It's hard to be as consistent when you don't know what your things are. And two of those bugs are actually pretty nasty, especially if you get your HP drain while on the field. Having bug stop though can help with that. I believe bug stop only stops negative bugs, so it shouldn't stop your 2 positive ones from going off. Or no, bug stop only stops bugs that you get from the Navi customizer. I don't think it stops the bugs that you get from bug style itself. So this is my list. I hope I explained everything concisely. I'll probably have to go back and watch this later. I definitely think that me being high as fuck impacted a lot of stuff. Wow, that took me an hour and 30 minutes to do that. Wow. Uh, damn. If I'm being honest, I'm I might need to push karaoke to like tomorrow or something, cause I am fucking beaned right now. Holy shit. I am so fucking beaned. I am like floating off in my own chair. I hope you at least enjoyed the tier list. I'm sorry about that. Uh, I will get some sleep and actually try and feel better. My hands are feeling a little bit better, but they're pretty jiggly like the rest of my body. I'm glad y'all came around for the tier list. That was Cramorant's idea for what to do for the 100 people, and I'll be doing the karaoke challenge as well, or I'll be doing the karaoke um, as well for that. Even if I wasn't sconed off my gym jams, I think I'd probably still want to go to sleep though, because I did not sleep very well at all. Yeah, thanks for showing up. I'll try to get back on tomorrow to do some actual content. Um, let me just don't really have an intro or an outro yet, so that'll do.